Hi, this is Jack with Jack Ma Real Estate Group at Century 21 Master. Welcome to my new video. In today's video, I want to share a tip to sellers or prospective sellers, and that is consider hiring or conducting a pre-listing inspection. So what is a pre-listing inspection? Why is it a good idea to do that? We'll find out soon in this video. Welcome back. And before I forget, I'd like to encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel or like my Facebook page. This way you'll always be notified whenever there's an update market information or any tips I'm sharing with you guys. Okay, so what is a pre-listing inspection? So essentially a pre-listing inspection is just an inspection done prior to opening of an escrow. Now if you're a seller, I know you'd be thinking, Jack, why am I doing this? A buyer's gonna hire their own inspector. They're gonna pay for it. Why do I have to pay for it? Why do I have to do it ahead of time? Well, hear me out. There are actually a couple of good reasons why this is a good idea. The first reason that I want to share is to avoid surprises. Have you ever had the case or situation where you didn't know something was damaged or broken just because you haven't used it for a while or you haven't accessed it for a while? And I'm sure you did. And we see this all the time during an escrow because sometimes you just didn't know that there is a leak in the attic because it never slipped through. Or sometimes you just didn't know a light switch didn't work just because you haven't been using it. So during the inspection, things will pop up. And sometimes they are very minor and sometimes they can be pretty big. And that always is a potential to sidetrack a transaction. So by knowing these flaws or area of concerns ahead of time, you get to remedy that, you get to repair that, or you get to make that known to the buyer ahead of time. Another reason is you actually potentially can be saving some money. The reason being, if a buyer is requesting a seller to address a problem or repair a damage, they do have the right to ask the seller to hire a licensed contractor to do that. Now, I'm not telling you to not hire a licensed contractor, but if you do a pre-listing inspection, and then if you find something that's very, very minor, you want to take care of yourself or just have a handyman to do it, you can totally do that. And then just give the buyer the report and tell them that it's been fixed. And because it's been fixed, so they can ask you to unfix it or get a contractor to fix it, right? And the third reason is actually one I like the most, is it actually increased the chance for buyer accepting the property really as is. Why do I say that? So the biggest concern for buyer accepting property as is that they may find things that they did not know. So if a seller can upfront disclose all material fact, flaws, damages, disclosures, inspection report to the buyer, now the buyer's gonna feel more comfortable knowing what they're getting into. And if during inspection you want the buyer to remove the inspection contingency, it's probably more likely that they can consider doing that versus if they don't have any information and you're telling them to buy the property as is. And that really saves you a lot of time potentially, because there's just so many things that buyer can take issue with when it comes to repairs or findings on after inspection report. So this way, there's much less chance for a transaction to fall apart, and it just makes your life easier. You don't have to restart all over again. Now, this is optional, but I do recommend if your property is less than ideal. That's when a pre-listing inspection can really help you, because when your property is less than ideal, there may be things that may be a little bit more severe. And those are a lot of time things that a buyer may have concern with. And then those are the things that cause the transaction to fall apart. So by finding out earlier, like I said, you get to disclose that to the buyer. So if they are okay with it and then they're in contract, they're okay with it. They're not going to back out just because it's something new. So that's my reason for having a pre-listing inspection. And it's not for everyone, but it's always recommended. Let me know if you want to find out more about this. If you need a referral on inspector, let me know too. And as always, if you have any question or if you're looking to take advantage of this market, let me know. I'm always to help. And you can find my information below. Thank you. Bye-bye.